There's a few people I want to recognize, but before that, I want to tell a quick story about my friend Judy Peabody. I might tell a little bit about who she was, because when I became president of the board of GMHC, I decided that once a year I would take every board member out to dinner to kind of connect. And so my first year, I took Judy out to a restaurant in the village, and you know, Judy, it made me a little nervous, and she pulls up with her limousine, and we're like in some little restaurant, and I got there really early because I was nervous. And I went into the restaurant where I had a res, and I said, I'd like to sit at a table. And they said, no, you have to wait at the bar. And I was like, what? I'd like to sit at a table. I said, sorry, until your party's here, you got to wait at the bar. So I'm like sitting there nervous, waiting, and Judy flares into the restaurant, and they go, oh, well, here's your table. They scoot us over to a table, and they give us drinks and appetizers and after-dinner drinks, and so at the end, the waiter comes over with dessert on the house and says, we know who you are, and this whole dinner is on the house. And Judy turns to me and puts her arm on my hand and says, you must get this everywhere you go. And she was serious. She was serious. That's who she was. There's a few other people I want to recognize tonight. First, an amazing AIDS activist and one of the founders of GMHC, Larry Kramer. I can only describe my friend Larry as our catalyst in chief. I'm astonished at his historical power every time I watch the heart-stopping scene in our film where despair turns to infighting and he explodes. Plague! We are in the middle of a fucking plague and you behave like this? Plague! 40,000 people is a fucking plague. Larry, you've changed the world with your words and your foresight, with your anger and your love, and we have all followed in your footsteps. To my brother Stan, who just spent $11,000 on a trip to London. You could stand up. Stan, you were the first person in my life to let me know it was okay for me to be gay. And to be who I am. But it wasn't just words. You have always supported me and supported the LGBT community in everything you've done, including tonight. To my incredible son, Evan. You could stand up, Ev. Evan, I'm so proud of the man that you are becoming. I'm proud that you graduated from Bronx Science. I'm proud that you worked on how to survive a plague. I'm proud that you're now at Oberlin. I'm proud that it took 3 flights to get here today, but you made it. And I'm really proud that you taught me incredible patience over the last 18 and a half years. I love you, Ev. To Susan Thames, my closest friend, advisor, and my family for the last 35 years. What an amazing friendship and love we've had. Our families have merged. Thank you for sharing all these years with me. To Alan Getz, my cousin, my business partner for 30 years, and my close friend. Alan, you should really share this award with me, because when I was nominated to be on the GMHC board and then the president, you said, sure, go, 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 even though you knew I was going to be out of the office most of the time. And then I thought, well, maybe you wanted me out of the office most of the time. But you are an honorary GMHC volunteer. And last but not least, we have some other heroes and stars from How to Survive a Plague here tonight. Alongside Larry, these are tireless people. Not just the GMHC, but these folks are responsible for saving untold millions of lives. Will you please stand up? Peter Staley. Mark Harrington. David Barr, who was at GMHC for many years. And remember that 6-year-old girl in the film? Bob Rafsky's daughter, Sarah Rafsky, is here. In 1984, a real estate broker came to see me and Alan about a building that we owned on West 20th Street. He said he had a client who was very interested in buying or net leasing our property, but he wouldn't tell us who it was unless we signed a one-day exclusive with him to protect the privacy of his tenant. We signed it. He flipped the paper over and wrote in gay men's health crisis. Why the secrecy, we asked, and he told us it was because no landlord would deal with them. We were pretty horrified, but we dealt with them. So began my 30-year relationship with GMHC. I already had friends who were sick and dying, but then the numbers started to skyrocket, and I found myself sad and angry, but not sure what to do. I worked on the building committee at GMHC for 2 years to help with the renovation of the new building. Then Ira Berger, the second president of the board, ill already, asked me to join the board. In 1986, Nathan Kolodner, third president of the board, asked me from his hospital bed if I would take over as president. I was so nervous, but I knew it was the right thing for me to do. Soon after, I was elected unanimously by a board that was almost exclusively gay men. The organization was growing at an ungodly speed, as was the disease, but we were so sure that we would put an end to AIDS that we actually discussed what we would do with GMHC when the epidemic ended. Our goal was to see GMHC go out of business. 32 years, folks. 32 years, and we're still here. I still revere GMHC, and I'm so proud of the work I did here. I'm proud that GMHC now serves all communities affected by HIV/AIDS. But as always, we must stand up for the gay community. An estimated 30,000 gay men in this country became infected with HIV in 2010 alone. They are the single largest risk group, and they are the fastest growing population of new infections. These are mostly young gay men. Mostly, about half of those are young black gay men. Over 7,000 gay men in this country die of HIV/AIDS every year. We should be demanding more prevention breakthroughs, especially in our community. And we should be fighting the ban on needle exchange, on criminalization of HIV. And especially fighting for more money for research, because those little incredible pills that are the heroes of How to Survive a Plague, no matter how miraculous they may have been, are still far from the AIDS cure that we need. The world is still at risk, And more than ever, gay men are still at risk. Thank you, Marjorie Hill, Janet Weinberg, the board staff and clients of GMHC for this great honor. But, oh wait, I lost my page, hold on. Oh, whoa. But wait, where's it going? Busy, hold on. Where's the gay community? We're busy changing the laws on marriage, on the military, on adoption, on insurance. But I believe AIDS was largely responsible for coalescing the LGBT community and for teaching the community how to raise money and how to write checks. And now we know we can raise a lot of money. So let's do it for AIDS. Thank you.